Many Americans learn about white resistance to African American freedom that followed the Civil War and the Reconstruction era. Jim Crow laws, lynchings, and the Ku Klux Klan are some of the well-known chapters of racial terrorism in U.S. history. But America is not telling the full history. An important but little-known effort to bring back slavery after the Civil War has been passed over, left unexplained, and swept under the rug. After the Civil War devastated the South, its prison system became the testing ground for crafting a reincarnation of slavery. Convict leasing was a system in which Southern states leased prisoners to private businesses. Convict leasing criminalized and essentially re-enslaved black men, women, and even children who had been deemed free and equal by the Constitution's 13th Amendment. Yes, the 13th Amendment outlawed slavery, except as a punishment for crime. This was a big loophole. Unfair laws called the Black Codes, harsh policing, white vigilante actions, and lack of due process in court all led to convictions. And then the convicts, who were often completely innocent, were turned over to a system of labor exploitation. They were forced to work from sunup to sundown in order to pay off the fines for their supposed crimes. African Americans were the vast majority of convict leasing's victims. Those who leased the convicts often requested them specifically by race. Everyone involved in running this lucrative system profited from forcing these prisoners to work under inhumane conditions that looked a lot like slavery. The 13th Amendment was turned into a tool for re-enslavement. More than a century after a quiet ending of Texas' convict leasing system in 1912, a field in a prosperous Texas suburb would bring this forgotten history to life.
Story out of Sugar Land, where a construction site has turned into an excavation site. Crews working on a Fort Bend
In February 2018, Fort Bend Independent School District in Sugar Land, Texas, discovered human remains in what turned out to be an unmarked gravesite while constructing a school facility. By the summer, the remains of 94 men and 1 woman, now known as the Sugar Land 95, were excavated and put inside storage pods. All of them were African American convict lease prisoners who worked and died in the sugar plantations of Sugar Land. Archaeologists found haunting evidence of dehumanization: bones misshapen from backbreaking labor, gunshot wounds, signs of malnutrition and heat strokes, even chains. The remains were reburied where they were found, but there is no historical marker at the site or any indication of what happened there. So what really happened? We are the Convict Leasing and Labor Project, and we have been at the forefront of the fight to preserve the Sugar Land 95's burial ground and ensure that they're properly memorialized. We believe it is important to understand how convict leasing took advantage of and discriminated against its victims. We also believe it is important to realize that the forces of racism and profit that produced convict leasing have never been fully removed from the American criminal justice system. Convict leasing and the racist criminal justice system that surrounded it is the true backstory to today's over-policing, police brutality, racially disparate laws, mass incarceration, and the prison industrial complex. To learn more, you can download our report, Convict Leasing in America, Unearthing the Truth of the Sugar Land 95, available for free on our website at cllptx.org. It's time to tell the full history.